And hi everyone, a beautiful good morning to everyone. My name is Jen, and you are catching me live from Singapore. And happy Monday, everyone. And thank you for everyone who is catching me live on my replay. For those who are watching me for the first time, yes, my name is Jen. I'm from Singapore. I'm proud mom to two teenage boys, and I'm working full time, and also a digital business owner. Yes, and today is a very exciting, um, day, week, brand new start again because my business partners and myself from all over the world, a few of us, we are coming together to embark on this 10 days go live journey where we will be sharing about ourselves um, on this rewarding journey of our online business. Yes, so without further ado, I just want to, come to today's day one topic. Today what we am going to share is about my big why. Um, Many people are always wondering, why Jennifer, why Jen, do you always come online, share yourself, expose yourself to the social media, etc. And what exactly, push you to have the courage to do that? Because I'm not someone who who is actually social media savvy. In fact, I'm a very social media shy person. I've been on this business for about a year and a half. So yeah, so back to the question, why? Um, there's actually many small whys, but ultimately there's also some big whys that um, drive me to why I take this decision to do this online business. Um, Actually, I would say that how should I begin? you know, um, my kids are already teenagers. The older one is 15 and younger one is 16. So I would say like for the last 15 to 16 years of my life, I have always been searching for an alternative source of income because I do know that relying on one source of income will never be enough. Will never be enough to sustain the type of lifestyle that we want. So for the last 15 years, I have always been searching for something to do, passive income, be it any type of investment, be it any type of side hustle. So there's so many different platforms that I tried, but it just didn't really work out for me. It's just really not sustainable. And sometimes I also wonder why is there really a need to do so much, earn so much, have so much money. So I actually think back when I'm younger, in my younger days, my childhood days. Um, I grew up from environment where you know I was basically um, taught that uh, females, girls, do not necessary to have so much education. So, but I'm someone who's very determined. I pursued even till like after our GCE O level. I continue my tertiary education, but unfortunately, due to the family financial situation, I was not being able to pursue a university education. So this is something that I felt that I don't want my kids to go through. And because I had to later on come to the society, work, then save money, then I study part-time. So I didn't want my kids to go through that. I want to make sure that me being a single mom, I have enough money. Don't have to worry about their education fee, their university fee. On top of that, since young, I've always grown up. I always wanted a family who is very bonded, and for my parents to spend a lot of time with me, which is unfortunately something that I don't get. So that's why I also is a very firm believer of being present with my children and spending time with them um, at whichever phase of life they are. So so since young, right, it's something that I don't get, and I really wish that I can give that to my boys. So when they were much younger, I really didn't um, I would say spend as much time as I wanted to have. At that time it's really a struggle for me having to struggle between a full-time job, being a single mom, and taking care of two young kids. Yeah, so um, after being searching for so long, um, and I told myself that um, you know um, I didn't want to continue the way, still go in searching until one day, um, something happened at work. So what happened was, I did a career switch from corporate world to the education industry about 9 to 10 years ago. And after being about 9 to 10 years in the company, one day I was told that by the end of the year, I no longer have a job during the pandemic time, and because we lost the contract. So that really hits me hard because it made me realize that there's no longer job security anymore. Job security no longer exists. I've seen it happening to so many of people around me, to my friends, to my other people that I know, but I never ever imagined that it will happen to me. So when it had happened to me, it just struck me very badly because on the same day when I heard about the news, that night when I come back, my son asked me a question that hits me really deep inside me. He asked me, Mommy, do you have enough money for my university education? So at that point, of course, I was like, struck. Then I said, Of course, I have. All all I need is as long as you want to study, mommy will support you. But actually, at the back of my mind, I was very worried. I was panicking, and you can imagine the kind of situation is like, in the morning you get this kind of news where you no longer have a job, and then in the evening when you get back home, you're being questioned by your son, and then that is where it is something that and it's time that you need to work on something. So being someone who truly believe in having a second source of income or many other sources of income, which I haven't been able to find one sustainable over the last 15, 16 years, it at that point really struck me that, hey, it is time to look for something. And that's where I realized that I really need to start looking for something. When I knew about the loss of job of my contract, I knew it was the early part of the year, so I can keep my job to the end of the year. So that's where I told myself I really need to do something as a side hustle that I can do alongside with my main job. So to as to build up, while I continue to work full time and part time. So that's how I decided to look for something, an alternative. Yeah. So um, and how I came about it is really, I have an ex-colleague who was running this business, also as a side hustle. And I found that after 1.5 years, she actually resigned from the job to take care of her kids at home, which is the dream that she has been looking and working towards. So that's how I then connected with her and find out more. And I guess that's the rest is history. So here I am, 1.5 years later, sharing my story with everybody else, because that is really, I would say that's really an option, that's really a choice. Um, Many years ago, like 15, 16 years ago, I always tell myself, there's really no choice. We have to basically make a decision between our job or our children. If it will never be a good balance of it. You cannot be taking care and be present for your kid at all times as much as you want, and yet still have a very, I would say, sustainable job and reasonable income. I never thought that is possible. And I would say that 15 years ago when I was searching for this, it wasn't available then. But now there is an option. The option is that now if you are looking to be present with your family, be it your young children, be it with your elderly parent, or be it just want to have more time for yourself, it is now a choice. There is an option to be able to work flexibly and also, to have a reasonable income. So, I really hope that my little sharing today give you give you a little bit more understanding where I come from and um, why I decided to join this business. There's a lot more, a lot more sharing I really love to do. So if you're watching me live now or catching me on my replay, please follow me on my page so I can really share a little bit more with you. Yeah, with that, I really want to thank everyone for your time. And this is a 10 days go live journey for me. Tomorrow will be my day two, where I will be sharing a survey. This survey will actually ask you about what is your ultimate dream. So catch me again tomorrow, same time, 7:45 a.m. Singapore time. And I really look forward to seeing everyone. With that, thanks, and you have a beautiful day and beautiful week ahead. Bye, everyone. Thank you.